Right? But actually, video recording is not allowed during training. I think I need to ask. Still, anyway,
It's kind of helpful. See.
so these are your menu bars. As I told you, these are menus, and these are the toolbars. If you will see, these are all toolbars. If you will drag it, you will get one toolbars over here. These all are toolbars. You can drag one tool will come. We will learn how to work with those tools. This is called your specification tree. Here, one part one is written. If I will save the file name, if I will give the file name or part name, the same name will be reflected over here. The same name will be reflected over here. Okay, just a minute, huh? 1 minute. How many members are there? 30 members already joined, na? Okay. So this is your specification tree. If you will start with some part name, or if you are going to save it, let I will save this file. Let I am going to save this file, and I'll go to the my desktop. Here I am having an online training, and if I go to the KTR, right click. Here I am going to create a folder called training 627. Under this, I want to save this part, and let I will give the part name as CADDEX and save it. The file name is CADDEX. Here also you can rename the part, or while starting only, if I will close it, again if I will go to the part design, I'll go for the name is CADDEX, and just click on OK. See, the part name itself called CADDEX. So this specification tree contains the datum planes. So normally we are having three datum planes or standard planes: XY plane, YZ plane, and ZX plane, which will be which will help us for doing sketch and other features, which will help us creating sketch, or these planes are working as a sketch support, and other features are also there. Now, whatever the features, see, if I will talk about CATIA, it's a feature-based software and fully parametric software. Feature-based means it will be, see here, part modeling will be done through adding features. Suppose hole is a feature, thread is a feature. So different type of features are there. And whatever the features you are going to add in that part, all the features will be listed out over here. Next, we will proceed to do the design or part modeling. All the features will be listed out over here in this specification tree, from which 80 to 90% manufacturing process design can be done from this feature manager tree. This is feature manager tree or specification tree. Okay. As I told you, CATIA is a feature-based software. So it will design or create parts by adding features to that part first. Second one is, I will show you what are the features are there. I will show you later. Second one is it's a fully parametric software. Fully parametric software in the sense the geometry is and the sketch, whatever, these are driven by parameters. Parameters in the sense, if you will see any geometry, there are two types of parameters are there. One is your geometrical parameter, another one is your dimensional parameters. Dimension, you know, horizontal dimension, vertical dimensioning, those are the dimensional parameters. If I will talk about geometrical parameters, what are those? If I will just, okay, how can you recognize a rectangle? Can you, anyone let me know, how can you recognize a rectangle? Anyone can tell me? For a rectangle, what should be the conditions? Hello? Anybody is listening? Just one?
Opposite sides are equal.
Opposite sides are equal. So equal is a geometrical constraint. Anything else?
Rectangle is a rectangle.
Each sides will be perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular, horizontal, parallel, concentricity, symmetricity, coincident, equal. All these called are the geometrical parameters. All these called are the geometrical parameters. I'll show you how we are defining the parameters over here. So whatever the model or sketch we are going to do in CATIA or in any 3D modeling software, those will be driven by parameters. That's the reason at any point of time you can change the dimensions and the values. So this is the reason this is called a fully parametric software. So if you will say that what are the features of CATIA, first one is here, it is a feature-based software. Second one is here, it's a fully parametric software. Third one is it is a bidirectional associative software. Bidirectional associative in the sense, suppose we are going to create sketch, then from sketch we are going to create part, from part we are going to do assembly, and from assembly we are going to do the drafting parts or drawing again. At any stage, if you want to change anything, that will be reflected in all the stages. If you will change something in sketch, it will reflect on drafting, it will reflect on part, it will reflect on assembly also. So this is called the bidirectional associative software. So when we will just do it, we can verify whether it is working or not. So these are the datum features, and if I want to just set the unit for this, so you can go to the tool. We have to go to the option. So under option, you can go to this parameter and measures. You can go to this parameters and measures. If you will go to tool, under options, parameters and measures are there, and in this you will get units. In this you will get units. See here it is written length millimeter, angle degree and degree, like this only. So you can select any unit as you want. Let the default unit is our working unit. We will work on millimeter. We will work on millimeter. Okay, and just click OK. Now, for any part, you need a sketch. You need some sketch. So for entering into the sketch, here you will have an option called sketch. Can you see this? This is the power input area of CATIA. This is the power input area of CATIA. See, here it is written as in AutoCAD. If you can give the command in CATIA also, you can work through command, but it is not convenient. So you should go to the tools directly. See, it is written C.sketch. In the command is sketch. If you type sketch over here, this option will work. See, for every tools, there are some commands are there. You have to type the full tools name. Let I will go to sketch. Now, like AutoCAD here, it will show you what to do next. This is called your status bar. What to do next? Sometime it will prompt you. So now, when I am selecting on sketch, it is asking select a plane or a planar surface or a sketch. Let I am going to select a plane. Let I will select XY plane as my working plane. As soon as I will click on the XY plane, the plane will be parallel to my screen and the sketching tools will be available with me, like circle, rectangle, ellipse, spline, all the tools are available with me now. So here, like AutoCAD, I am having snap and grid. So if you click on it, so you will on switch on the grid. And if you will click on snap, it will allow you to snap. So let for my sketch, I don't need this. I will just switch off these things. Okay. So here we will learn how to create sketches. So let my first tool profile will be there. If you go to profile, see your sketch tool will be expanded. So this is the y-axis and this is the horizontal axis or x-axis. This is horizontal axis, this is vertical axis. And here in corner you can see the compass, COMPASS, compass. So it will help you to rotate the drawings or models, to move the models. Later in assembly also it will be very helpful. I will show you it in assembly. What is the application of this compass? So now like UCS in AutoCAD, user coordinate system, the same is compass is here. Okay. So now if I go to the profile tool, I can able to create lines. See, when it is blue color, it is auto constraints. When it is showing you blue color, it is auto constraints. Means it is a horizontal line. See, edge is coming over here. A green edge is coming over here, which means horizontal. If you go upward with that same blue line, it will show you as vertical, V for vertical. So while sketching also, some auto constraints are applying automatically. So click over here. See, now it is tracking, which should be the collinear. Go to this. Now I need a circular shape over here. Now I need a circular shape. Here there are two options are there. One is your tangent arc, another one is your 3-point arc. In tangent arc, if you will click, so directly it will allow you for a tangency and you can draw a arc. See, while clicking on tangent arc, directly it will allow for an arc. Let I do like this. Just I am going for this horizontal line. Again, I need a 3-point arc. In 3-point arc, this will be my first point by default, which the last end point will be my first point. Let I will go to 3-point arc. The first point will be considered is this. Let this will be my second point, and this will be my third point. Then again I can continue with line. See, now this is coincide with this point. So while doing sketching only, we can apply some auto constraints. We can apply some auto constraints. Now, suppose I am creating a line which is not perpendicular or parallel or vertical. Now I want to make it as a vertical. So what I can do? Just remember there are two tools are there. One is your constraint defined dialog box. Another one is your constraint. One is for dimensional constraint. One is your for geometrical constraints. Now I have not selected any geometry. That's why it is not showing highlighted, but it is showing highlighted. So I will select the line. Now see. Now this box is highlighted. Just click on it. Now whatever the possible constraints can be applied in line, those will be activated over here, and the rest will be in deactive condition. So now I want to make a line with a vertical. So if I will click on horizontal, then it will be a horizontal line. If you click on vertical and just remove the horizontal value, then it will be a vertical line. See, the line came over here, and just click on OK. This line will become for a vertical line. I am telling you the function of mouse. See, if you want to zoom in and zoom out, if you want to zoom in and zoom out, you can write it down. So as I am recording this, so I will not write the this your training notes. You just write down all the things by pressing the middle button. See, for CATIA you need a 3-button mouse. It is must that you should use a 3-button mouse. In 3-button mouse, there are 3 clicks are there: left click, right click, and middle buttons. If you will press the middle button, keep pressing, just a single right click and leave it and drag the mouse. It will allow you to zoom in and zoom out. Pressing the middle button, just one right click and move the mouse. Okay. By pressing the middle button and right button, if you will just move the mouse, it will allow you to rotate. It will allow you to rotate. Now, my sketch plane is not parallel to my screen. So what I can do, I can go to the normal to options. So this will be the options which will normal to options. If you click over here, again it will be parallel to your screens. This normal to options. Okay, now it came to my original positions. And just pressing the middle button, if you will move the sketch, it will allow you to pan. It will allow you to pan the sketch. Now moving from one place to another place. So these are the major functions of mouse. One is for zoom in and zoom out, another one is for rotating, and third one is for panning. Okay. So next come to your rectangle. If you will come to rectangle, you will able to create rectangle over here. Just select any point and select the next one. So here H for rectangle, 2 horizontal constant will be applied and 2 vertical constant will be applied. So once you will do the rectangle, later you can for anything. Once you will do the profile or rectangle, whatever the sketches will be, later you can do the dimensions. If you will go to this constant, select the length, it will allow you to give the dimensions. So now it is 140. Go and just click on it. If you want to change the dimension, double click on the dimension. Instead of 140, you want to give is at 120. So now the dimension gets changed. Instead of 91, you want to give it as 65. Enter. So your dimension gets changed. So likewise everything. Suppose I will go to dimensions. I will click on arc. I want to change the arc length or arc radius. So let the radius will be 35. Enter. See, the radius get changed. And as this radius or the arc will be related to this drawing, all the drawing will get changed. This is how we can change the dimension at any point of time. Now, after rectangle, we are having another rectangle which is called a oriented rectangle. Here, we will able to create a rectangle with some angle value. So just go to orient rectangle, select the first corner, then select the angle, how much angle it will make with the horizontal, and select the next corner. Select the next corner. So like this, you can create a oriented rectangle. Okay. So next, you can go for a parallelogram. The same process. Select the first corner, select the angle, or select this angle, where you want to keep. So likewise, you can create a parallelogram. If you want to go for a slot, this is elongated slot and this is cylindrical elongated slot. For slot, you have to go for the start point of center point, end point of center points, and the radius value. So here, the profile you will get like this. Profile you will get like this. So this is how to draw a slot. If I will come to a elongated cylindrical elongated hole, so you have to select a point, center point, then start point, end point, and the radius. First we need to specify the center point, then we need to define the start point, then we need to define the end point and the radius of this slot. Even later we can change the value. Double click over here, it is now 15.321. Later I will make it as a 12.5. Enter. See, the radius will get changed. The radius will get changed. Now next will be my keyhole. For keyhole, it will give me a result like a keyhole. So first, I should locate the start point, end point. See, small radius. First, I will give the small radius. Then I will give the big radius. So it will give me a result like a keyhole. So these are the predefined shapes. Only you need to change the dimension over here later. Even you can sketch it with some other tools, but already some predefined shapes are there which will make your sketch easier. Now your hexagon. So to draw an hexagon, you just click on hexagon. So it will allow you to define the center of hexagon. Now see, just you can click. So it will give you a circle value. Like AutoCAD, it's a inscribe and circumscribe features like this. So just select the radius, select it. Now it is diameter 185. So I can go to double click over here. Let I will make it as 150. Enter. So now it is a 150 circumscribe for the hexagon. Next I will go for this center rectangle. From the center point itself, the rectangle will be started. From the center point itself, the rectangle will be started. So next come to your center parallelogram. From the center only, you can create the parallelogram. Okay, you need two lines for that. Suppose this will be my first line and this will be the second line. I'm going to center parallelogram. Select the, okay, let me draw some lines here. Or else here I can go. Parallelogram, select the first line, then select the second line. See. By referring these two lines, it will create a parallelogram like this. If your lines will be in some angle, it will give you result like that only. Parallelogram, first line, this will be my second line. See. Like this, you can create center parallelogram. Next will be your center parallelogram, this one. So these are the features of parallelogram: elongated hole, keyhole, straight elongated hole, and rectangle parallelogram like this. So next come to your arc part or circle parts. Same, this is a circle with some radius value from center point or something like that. Okay, this is a 3-point circle, first point, second point, third point. And if you want to see, if you want to delete all this, just select at a time and just press delete button from your keyboard. It will allow you to delete all the things. So next, I will go for a circle using coordinates. If I go to circle using coordinate, let I will go for the 0, 0. Horizontal also 0, vertical also 0, and the radius value I can give as 10 mm. If I want to increase, I can increase it. And just click on OK. So it will create a circle over here. So it's a circle with the radius of 12, and it is created on the center. See, now as it is created under center, it is showing green color. Green color means fully constant. Green color indicates fully constant sketch. If it is in white color, it is under constant sketch. If it is in white color, it is under constant sketch. Suppose I am giving an example how to do the constant. That I control Z now. Suppose I am creating a rectangle. Creating a rectangle. Now it is showing me with white color. So this is under constant sketch. If I want to make it as a constant, see, if I want, see, I can just move these all the sides. So it is not constant. Degree of freedom is not restricted. Though it is horizontal and vertical, but other degree of freedoms are free over here. So what I can do, I can select the two lines, and by pressing the control key and select this axis. First, we should select the two lines, and later I should select this axis. If I go to this constraint box, here one symmetry I will get. I will apply the symmetry constraint over here and OK. See, now here it is symmetry constraint is applied over here. Now if you want to stretch from that particular point or particular axis, it will stretch equally for both the sides. Again same. Now these are for vertical lines. I am giving the same for the horizontal lines. Select these two horizontal lines by pressing the control keys. Then you select this axis and go to your constraint dialog box. Just go to symmetry. So now geometrically this drawing is constant. Geometrically it is constant. See. So if you are moving all this direction, it is moving at one side. Now again I want to take the, now geometrical constant is applied. Now I am going to apply the dimensional constant. For dimensional constant, I should go to this, click on this line, so it will give you the result. Now see, these two lines are fully constant. I will change the value as 50. Enter. Now if I want to drag this side, it will not move. Only it is moving vertically, because I have not still given the vertical directions dimension. Horizontally it is now restricted. Now it will not move. So again I should go to the dimension. I should select this line and see. Now it is fully constant. Now double click over here. I can change the value. So likewise you can create a fully constant sketch. Create a fully constant sketch. So white color means it is under constant. Green color is fully constant. Again, if I want to go for give some dimensions, now see it is showing in purple color. So purple color means it is over constant, which is not required, because as it is a rectangle, if this side is 30, obviously this side will be 30. So no need to give dimension on that. So let's delete it. So now it is in green color. So it is a fully constant sketch. So later we will learn, this is the first day, how to do the sketch. I am just showing you. We will learn how to do the constraints. So this is the basic. So next come to your tangent circle, tritangent circle. It's a tritangent circle. So suppose I am going to the tritangent circle and I am selecting this line as my first tangent, this line as my second tangent, and this geometry has been third tangent. So automatically it will create a circle like this by touching all the three sides. So it's a tritangent circle. So next come to your 3-point arc. Same, select any 3 point, you will able to get an arc. Next, 3-point arc starting with limits. First point, second point, and third point. Even again I am showing you start point, second point, and this point. How much? So next, your arc. Select the center point, select the start point, and select the end point. So these are the way how to create circle, arc, and all the things. Let's come to your splines. Let's come to your splines. So let I am creating some splines over here. Like this spline, you can get it by spline point, spline tools. Even I can create another one spline like this. Now these are the controlling nodes. If you will click, you will be able to change the shapes. These are the controlling nodes. Now I am having two splines over here. Let I will go to spline connect. I just select the both the splines. It will connect both the splines. It will just connect both the splines. So now it will act as a single spline. So this is the application of spline connect. If you will have two splines, it will connect both the splines. Okay. Now I am having ellipse. So for ellipse, you can go to the center, first end point, and the second end point. You can just define it. Next, I am having lines. Then the infinite lines. For your lines, you just can create a line only. But keep practice. Whatever you are doing, you just go through this profile tool. Keep practice. I will show you how to do that. So it will make your drawing easy. So infinite line in the sense not having any start point, not having any end point. Infinite lines. Tangent, bitangent lines. Bitangent lines are lines. Okay, let me to delete all this. Just I'm clicking on normal tool. I'm drawing two circles over here now. Let I will go for circle. And I will click on other circle. Okay. Now I will go to the bitangent line. So just select this circle, just select this circle, automatically a line will be created from there. So again, if I will go to the bitangent, just select this circle, just select this circle, automatically it will create a tangency and touch the circle. So create a line touching to both the circle and creating tangencies. So this is bitangent circle. Then bisecting lines. Bisecting lines are nothing but if you are having two lines intersecting with each other. If you are having two lines intersecting with each other, so bisecting line will. So now it is asking define the first line. This will be my first line. This will be my second line. So in between, it will create another line which will bisect the angle in between the other two lines. So this is how to create a bisecting lines. So next, it is a perpendicular line. So if I will select any arc, any cylindrical surface or any not cylindrical surface, arc, circle, whatever circular object, it will create a line perpendicular to that only. It is perpendicular to that now. And this is no doubt axis line is there. If you want any axis line for your reference purpose, you can create an axis line. Okay. So these axis lines and points, these are the reference geometries in Sketch. If you want any reference, you can go to axis, points and all the things. So here it's a simple point. Anywhere you can click it and you will get a point. Here, point at with coordinate system. If you know the coordinate value, just go to point, give the coordinate value. If you click on it, it will allow you to give the coordinate value. Just put the coordinate values over here. It will give you a point. Let I will go for the horizontal 20 and vertically it should be 30. Enter. See here automatically it has been created a point. From horizontal it is 30 and sorry, horizontal it is 20, vertically it is 30. So it will create a point like this. Now equidistance point. If you want to create equidistance point, so you need to create a line or curve. Suppose I just want to create some line over here. And I will go to the equidistance lines and I will select this line. Now it is asking how much new points you want. Let I want 6 points. So let's just click on OK. So here all the 6 points, every measurement is being given over here. Each segment, each segment is 56.374. It has been divided into 6 equal parts. So I am just going back to the normal 2. Okay. Each segment is converted into 56.374. Now another one is your intersecting point. If there will be 2 intersecting lines are there, in between them a line can be created. And here projected points, projection points that will be shown in 3D. Now I will show you in 3D. So these are all drawing tools available in CATIA. These are all drawing tools available in CATIA. So any doubt in all this? These are simple. How all you people have done AutoCAD. So it's not a
Yes,
big
sir.
deal to learn all these things. So only see the important thing is how to control the mouse. How to control the mouse, you should just learn it. Already I told you what are the functions, how to do the function over here through the mouse. So for zoom in and zoom out, just press the middle button, one right click and drag the mouse. It will allow you to zoom in and zoom out. If you want to rotate it, now still it is not required because if you will go to the 3D model, then only it will be required to rotate the model. Otherwise in Sketcher it is not needed. And if you want to pan it, just press the middle button and move the mouse. It will allow you to move the path. And these are all your profile tools, means sketching tools are there, or draw tools. You may call draw tools. And here geometrical constraints, here dimensional constraints is there. Even see in your screen, maybe it will be some different place. You can arrange it as per your requirement. I have arranged all this as per my requirement. I have arranged all this as per my requirement. So you may also arrange your tools as per your requirement. So this is your operation toolbar. Okay. If I will click over here, this is a profile toolbar. Okay. If I will drag it here, this is a constraint toolbar. So likewise, I have arranged all this as per my requirement. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So coming back to this one. So introduction to Sketcher. Only draw tools we have finished. So tomorrow we will learn all the modification tools. And then we will go with some drawings. Right? Any
Yes,
doubts
sir.
from today's sessions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you for today. I'm just ending the session, and I will send you the video once it will be converted to video. Right?
Yes.
Sir, when will you give the software?
I am not going to give you any software here. Wherever you have done the registration, they will send you the software link. I can just intimate them that you
Sir,
need
without
the
software, how can we learn?
How I can tell you? I think that wherever you will get the admissions, na, they will send you the software link.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So you just
Okay.
ask them to send the link. They will usually the people means they are sending to the students. Usually
Okay.
they are sending the links to the students. You may ask them. They will send you definitely.
Okay.
Okay. In case if you want, okay, let me know.
And that group, sir. What about the group?
Group is already created, na?
But we are not there, sir. In that.
We are not in the group, sir.
Just ask the admin to add you or you people in group.
Don't know who is the admin.
Who's the admin, sir?
Let me check here. Who is the
Yashwant,
admin, sir?
Yashwant.
Yashwant, yes. Another one person is there. 8892388693.
Manoj.
Manoj. Hey, why you added this Anju? You can remove this Anju, huh? You remove Arun, you remove Anju from this group.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You remove them.
Sir, how will he
And
add us,
even
sir?
if you are having Arun number, na, Arun will assist you to give you the software.
Yes, sir.
Arun only assist you to give you the software link. You may ask him to send the link. And you please just add the other people's.
We don't have numbers, sir.
Okay. Let give number. Hello. The people who are not in group, just give
Yes,
me the
sir.
number.
Wait.
Hello.
Wait, sir.
You don't know your number?
720
720
47
47
24
24
640.
640.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Ardeen.
Pardon?
Ardeen. Ardeen.
Pardin, na?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Anyone?
8496
8496
91
91
01 01
01
double
01
0177.
10177, right?
Yeah.
This
Rakshit.
much?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Add me to the group.
Tell me your number,
Hello,
sir.
sir. 80
Heli, number heli.
80
Yes.
990
990
44
44
33
33
4.
4. Hesre?
Likit.
Sir,
Yes. Next. Next.
so 6361 434 975.
Tell me again.
6361 434 975.
Right?
Sir,
What's your name?
94.
Yashas, sir.
Pardon?
Yashas.
Right?
Sir, 9
Yes, 9.
94
Hmm.
82
Hmm.
81 04
948281
04 61.
948281 0461. Name?
Yes, Sriram.
Pardon?
Sriram.
Okay. Anyone left?
Sir, 9483
Hmm.
99 5210.
Name?
Vineet.
Okay. Anyone? I think this much, na? Okay, I'm sending this Word file in the group. Admin, you can take this number and add them, please. Or else what I can do, I just Control X, go to that group, it should be the group. Add them. I have send you the number. I am not going to be the admin of this. Okay. If you will do also, I will not. I am not going to add them. Who is the admin? You just take it, please, because I am having a lot of groups here. Please don't assign me this task. You people will add the other people's. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.